Hello dear students, once again welcome you all for the transmission and distribution class. So in the beginning only we are seen there are two types of transmissions. One is overhead transmission lines, another one is underground transmission line. So in overhead transmission line many things you are studied and many things you need to study that we will see in the coming days. That's why you need to calculate the capacitors, inductance of the transmission lines and performance of the transmission lines. Many things are there. Those things are there in second and third modules. Anyhow, we are entered to the fourth module for our easiness. So here we need to see the underground cables. The underground cables are used to maintain our underground transmission system. Means, as the name itself, it says overhead lines means it is on the poles, whatever we can see above our head. Underground means the wires which is laid below the ground. So why this underground transmission is taken? For this underground transmission we are using the underground cables. So what is the necessity of the underground cables? So many things are there to get the protection from the lightnings and to have the low maintenance cost, less chances of the faults, smaller voltage drops, the better general appearance, like means to maintain the beauty of the cities. Okay, like for example, if a highly dense populated area is there, you can't go there for with the poles fitting and putting the some overhead lines where the bigger buildings are available, means multi-floor buildings are there, means of 10, 12, 15, 20 floors buildings are there. Whether it is possible with overhead lines there? No, because our poles are not that much bigger. Okay, so in that times our overhead lines are not looks good also. To maintain the beauty of the city, we need to go by these underground cables. But anyhow, this is little bit costlier compared to the overhead lines, because overhead lines are bare conductors only we are using. But here we can't go with the bare conductors. We need to go with the proper thickness of insulation. Those things are there. So obviously the investment is more here. But the thing is what, the maintenance costs are less here because of this. Once it is fixed, the work coming for the maintenance is very less. So before seeing the what exactly the underground cables, we will see the what are the necessity requirement of the essential requirement of the underground cable. An underground cable essentially consists of one or more conductors covered with the suitable insulation and surrounded by a protecting cover, that we know. Not only single conductor, here more than one, because if you want to transmit the three-phase line with one neutral, then we require here 4 wires and all. So that's what it's a consists of a one or more wire conductor with a proper insulation. Okay, so what are the necessary requirements should be there? The first one is the conductor used in cable should be tinned stranded copper or aluminum of high conductivity. Stranding is done so that conductor may become flexible and carry the more current. So this is what, either aluminum or copper conductor with the high conductivity. Stranding need to be done to carry the more current. Next one, the conductor size should be such that the cable carries a desired load current without overheating and cause the voltage drop within permissible limit. Means the size of the conductor is such that it should carry the desired load current without become heat, or should not give the voltage drop more than the permissible limits. The cable must have the proper thickness of insulation in order to give a high degree of safety and reliability of the voltage for the design. So the insulation is such that it should give a proper support to the conductor and degree of the safety, because it is laid under the ground. Many pressures are putting on the cable, so that the insulation should be such a way that it has to protect as well as it should not break down easily. Okay. The cable must be provided with a suitable mechanical protection so that it will be withstand for the rough use in laying it. Yeah, the mechanical strength given by the insulator must be very high, because we are laying it and we are need to drag it for the long distances, so it should not get break anywhere. So the mechanical strength should be good. And the material used in the manufacture of cable should be such that there is complete chemical and physical stability throughout. Yeah. Not only physical stability, chemical stability is also important, because anyhow it is under the ground. When soil is come in contact with the many things, some chemical decomposition takes place. You are seeing the paper. However, what happens inside the ground after few days? The paper will not be there. Is it like that? Chemical decomposition may takes place inside the ground. So the things of insulation what we are used should not be affected chemically or physically in the under the ground. Okay. So how a cable is constructed, that we will see. You can see this figure, construction of cable. One figure is there. See, a conductor is there, paper insulation is there, lead sheath is there, bedding is there, armoring is there, serving is there. See, so togetherly this become one cable. So course of the conductor, first one, whatever we are calling as a conductor, that is the course of the conductor. We are calling 3-core conductor or 3-core cable or 4-core cable, you might have heard. That is what, how many wires inside or how many conductors inside. 3-core cable means 3 wires you can use. 4-core wire means 3 phases, 1 neutral we can use there. Okay. So cable may have one or more than one core, as I told you, depending upon the type of the service which is intended. So the figure shows the 3 conductor cable. So all the conductors are made of thinner copper or aluminum and usually stranded in order to provide the flexibility. Then insulation. Insulation or paper insulation, what we are shown in the figure, each core of conductor is provided with a suitable thickness of insulation. Means if 3 phases are going, means we need to give a proper insulation for each conductor. No. So it is provided with the suitable thickness of insulation. The thickness of the layer depending upon the voltage with for which it is withstand, means depending upon the voltage range we need to apply the insulation. Means obviously our cables are graded for the particular voltage range only. For 11 kV voltage this cable, for 400 voltage we need to go for this cable. Means the insulation inside is used in such a way that it is to withstand for the given voltage range. The commonly used material for insulation is impregnated paper, varnished cambric or rubber mineral compounds. Okay. Next is metallic sheath. Metallic sheath is or called a lead sheath. Okay. In order to protect the cable from the moisture, gases or the damaging liquids like acids and alkalis in the soil or in the atmosphere, the metallic sheet of lead or aluminum is provided over the insulation. So this is what the metallic sheet or lead sheet is used to give the protection from the moisture and some other liquids. Then bedding. Over the metallic sheet is applied a layer of bedding which is consist of a fibrous material like jute or Hessian tape. The purpose of bedding is to protect the metallic sheet against the corrosion from the mechanical injury of the armoring. Means once we are applying the lead sheet or metallic sheet, it should not get damaged. No, means we are giving the bed sheet for the protecting the cable conductor. So this bedding is given to protect this metallic sheet, because metallic sheet is already it is of metal. It may chances of getting corrosion with the ground because of the moisture and all. So it is gives protection through the moisture and also from the armoring. Armoring is what? The over the bedding armoring is provided, which consists of 1 or 2 layer of galvanized steel or steel tape. Its purpose is to protect the cable from mechanical injury while laying it and during the course of handling. Armoring may not be done if in in the case of some cables. Armoring means it gives the mechanical strength. Once again, it is a galvanized steel or steel tape is used. It gives the protection, means mechanical strength. We need to draw it for the long distances. It is protects the wire from the injury. See, inside sometimes the falling of some rocks over the cable or any vehicle passing, it should not cut the conductor inside. That's what the mechanical support or the take the safety from the mechanical injury. We need to use the armoring. Serving is what? It is the in order to protect the armoring with the atmospheric condition. Means it is a galvanized steel. Means when it is come in contact with the soil, it may have some other chemical reaction. So protect from that one, we need to have the serving or covering of the armoring with the materials like fibrous material is used here. So this is what for a cable, one cable should have this much different components in the construction. You can see here, starting from the conductor core. Conductor core is insulated with the paper. That insulated conductor is giving with the strength with the metallic sheath. Metallic sheath is protected using the bedding. Bedding is once again covered by armoring, where this armoring gives the mechanical strength, and armoring is covered by the serving. So this is what the construction of the cable. Then an important question, this is many times asked in the examination with a neat figure. Give the construction of the cables. You need to draw this figure and explain the different things used in the cable. If you find any difficulties, you can ask me in calling. Okay, thank you.